It's time for story time. 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 Are you ready? Okay, here we go. The three hens and a peacock. Do you see the hens? One, two, three. And there is the peacock. There in his feathers. It is a paperback book. You are too smart. There is the front. There is the backs. And here is the spine. Three hens and a peacock. I wonder whose feet they are. The title page. Read it with me. Three hens and a peacock. The story was written by Lester L. Laminack, illustrated by Henry Cole. The author writes the words. The illustrator draws the pictures. Things were quiet on the Tucker's farm. The cows chewed the cud. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. Once in a while, someone would stop to buy tomatoes or corn, perhaps a quart of milk. Nothing unusual happened there until, the truck is open. And look what happened. The peacock showed up. The cows and the hens and the old hound kept right on doing what they'd always done. But that peacock had never lived on a farm. He had no idea what to do. So he spread his fancy feathers and set to shrieking, ah, 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 ah. Eventually, the peacock wandered down to the road. When cars whizzed by, he shook his feathers and cried out in his loudest voice, ah, 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 ah. Of course, folks stopped for a closer look. Day after day, more folks stopped to admire the peacock, and they all bought tomatoes and corn, eggs and milk. Business on the Tucker's farm was booming. Everyone seemed happy to have visitors stopping by. Does everyone look happy? The people look happy. Do you see everyone looking happy? But trouble was brewing in the hen house. The hens were squawking and clucking and flapping their wings. We do all the work around here. I'd like to see that peacock lay one single egg. Exactly. He just struts around screaming. I suppose fancy feathers are more important than laying eggs. That lazy peacock gets all the attention, and we do all the work. The peacock had heard every word. For days he moped about, moaning and groaning. I wish I could be more useful around here. Clucked one hen. The others ruffled their feathers. The old hound stretched and slowly raised his head. Why not let the peacock stay here to be useful while you hens take the glamorous job down by the road? The three hens began clucking to one another. What a wonderful plan! Yes, it's fabulous. Oh, ladies, we simply must fancy up our feathers tonight. And nothing but our brightest beads, bangles, and bows. Well, stop traffic for sure. Why, you girls know I can strut with the best of them. The peacock perked up. Let's do it, he declared. Tomorrow I'll stay here, sit on the nest, and cluck. And we'll get all gussied up, said the hens. We'll be so glamorous. At sunshine the next morning, the hen strutted down to the road. The peacock marched right to the hen house and poked his head inside. So they're going out to sell things. They're all dazzled up, and he's going in there. The hens flocked by the road, waiting for a car. When they saw one approaching, they clucked and squawked and flapped their wings in a flurry of feathers. But every car whizzed right on by. The peacock sucked in his tummy and wiggled from left to right, trying to squeeze through the tiny hen house door. His front half was in, but his back half was... out. Down by the road, those hens tried every chicken trick they knew. Still, no car stopped. Finally, the peacock made it into the hen house. He held his breath and pushed with all his might. But no matter how hard he tried, he could not lay a single egg. Not one. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. "What's that peacock doing in the hen house?" asked Farmer Tucker. "Who knows?" said Mrs. Tucker. "And what are those hens doing down by the road? Not a one of them is up here laying eggs." If they don't lay eggs, they can't sell any more eggs. "Well, the way things are going, we aren't likely to have anyone buying eggs today," said Farmer Tucker. "We need that peacock down there stopping the cars." When the peacock heard that, he smiled the biggest smile you ever saw on a bird's beak. "I am helping," he thought. He squirmed back and forth until he popped out of the cramped hen house. Then he trotted off to find the hens. He's got an idea. The exhausted hens were all clucked out. Every feather was out of place. "Oh, what a day! We couldn't get one car to stop. It's true. Why, most of them didn't even slow down." The peacock met the hens as they trudged up the road. "I can tell you I'm no good at laying eggs," he said. "I'm just not meant for it." One hen nodded. "I put on my stellar strut and even I couldn't stop a single car," she said. "I have to hand it to you, Fancy Feathers. Your job is harder than it looks." The other hens agreed. The peacocks looked relieved. So the hens marched back to the hen house. The peacock strutted down to the road. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. And things were quiet again on the Tuckers' farm. Do you notice something? We're not back at the beginning, but look. There's another truck going by, and there is another box falling to the ground. And look closely. There's something coming out of the box. But there's no more story. It's all over. Ah! Sorry, I got too excited. I want to know what's next. I don't know what I'm going to do. Could you write a new ending? Could you make a book up? Can you tell me what's going to be in the next story? You will? Oh, I can't wait. Okay, are you ready to sing our goodbye song? All right, you have to count to 4 today. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Adios, mis amigos, adios. Adios, mis amigos, adios. Hasta luego, hasta mañana, hasta la vista, mis amigos. Adiós, mis amigos, adiós. Mwah! We love you. You. Ciao, Bella.